Hello, it is time for Fridays with Fred. It is just me again, so sorry. Pretty soon, I really do hope to start the podcast part of this little journey and doing these with friends. As summer is kind of coming, gonna be some patio hangs coming up. You know, I got a wish list of people I'd like to start off with. I'd love to do one of these with Brandon or Brandon and Sharf. I wouldn't be surprised if me and Sean do one together soon. One of me, Sean, and Dan on Warzone. I plan on doing something like that. Um, the Land Lads, Mark. Yeah, big list. But for right now, it's just me having a drink with you guys today. These are actually uh, I fucking love these. So they're called like they're Vista Bay and it's the punch pack. And you get these at Aldi and they're so fucking good. But yeah, cheers. But for now, you're just stuck with me. I'm gonna be hitting on the list of topics that I said I wanted to talk about, just keeping little docu-series and videos up to date on my life. But I'm looking forward to doing these with my friends very, very soon. Um, and eventually we will also slow these down to, you know, 2 times a month max, bi-weekly, maybe once a month every occasionally. Eventually it will slow down. But I was also thinking that come football season, I'll probably want to do this every Friday and give football predictions, but we'll see how it goes. I have a lot of plans for this, but right now it's just me chilling with you. Um, on Instagram, when I post the YouTube link for these, um, basically what I'm going to be doing is sharing a memory from that day specifically. So, for example, this is May 1st, and I go through my archive stories from Instagram or my memories on Facebook and see what Fred content I have from that day specifically. And today is one of my favorite Fred videos, and it is me pulling up to the Dunkin' drive-through, and I'm taking a snap to send to Brandon, I believe, because he was going through a huge Dunkin' phase during that time. And I look over and I'm like, what are you doing? And Fred is standing on 2 feet with his paws up, just like staring at me. And it was so unplanned and it's so funny and it's honestly one of my favorite Fred videos. So if you did happen to see that on Instagram, uh, I love that one. Um, just little life update. This week didn't do too much. I wanted to go out for the game Tuesday, but couldn't find anybody to join me with my ballpark pass. Kind of been a trend lately, but I wanted to go see Travis Bazana. Um, I hope I'm saying that right. His debut game didn't go. Ended up going to the bar with Kelly, Taylor, Leah. Had a deep fried Uncrustable. It was so good. Ended up having four 16 ounces and had a solid headache the next morning. So that was fun. Guardians lost, but that was fun. Um, my sleep schedule's still crazy. It's so I'm definitely still up at 4 in the morning every single day. Uh, I don't physically start moving to get ready for the gym till the 5 o'clock hour. I will in the 4 o'clock hour though. I get up and make an omelet typically, unless I'm out of shredded cheese or something or the meats. Then I'll make a bowl of cereal. But I'm up making an omelet and then I'll put on an episode of something, typically The Office. I'm almost done with my run through though, so I'll have to start watching something new. Um, last night, Sean texted me at 9:30 and it woke me up in the middle of a deep sleep. And I mean, I don't usually fall asleep that quick, but I thought it was the middle of the night and it was only 9:30. Um, but going to the gym every morning, and I've been doing 2 a days. I've been working out in the mornings and doing as much cardio as I can that time permits before I go home and start getting ready for work. Um, and then after work, I go and do 30 to 45 minutes of steep incline, just walking on the treadmill, just to kind of stabilize that and keep my workouts going strong for now. The real early workout plans kind of stem from the routine. One, um, in general, I always worked out earlier so I can take Fred for a decent walk in the mornings before I went to work. Then, when he started needing eye medication every 4 hours, I was setting alarms and getting up at 4:30 um, in the mornings to give him those. And someday we're gonna deep talk about just my depression with the loss of Fred, and like something I'm so proud of him for and proud of myself was we defeated an eye ulcer that we were told we wouldn't defeat. And a lot of that was me and him getting up early at 4 in the morning to start the every 4 to 6 hours of medication. But um, from that, I have not shaken that routine at all, waking up early. Through my depression, I don't want to say I'm proud, but I am proud that I didn't ever slouch to being like a lazy depressed. I never just like stay glued to my couch or my bed. Um, I get up at 4. It's just part of the routine that's stuck. It makes me think of Fred, like and I plow through it and I go to the gym. Um, Gym is freaking zoo. Um, there are some people that really piss me off in there, if I'm being honest. There are so many people that walk around and just blatantly start throwing shit and grunting, and it's like, dude, it's 5 in the morning, and they walk like they'll send their waist on and they walk like the Vince McMahon walk, but like they're actually being serious. Like I don't know if they think like women are gonna drop their pants right in the treadmill when they see that or what, but save some girls for the rest of us. There's one guy in particular that just I don't know if he not only doesn't shower but doesn't wash his clothes or change his clothes and wears the same clothes to the gym every single day. It's like the brown cloud from Charlie Brown that follows people doesn't begin to describe it. Like this guy can be 50 feet away from me and like you can just smell like the old sweat and it's just it it actually makes me nauseous and I don't get nauseous easily. Um, But I'll say this, working out at 5 in the morning, even with that, is way better than working out at 4:35 p.m. When I'm on that treadmill doing my incline cardio and I see what's out there, I would never ever do free weights in the evening. I would kill somebody. Absolutely not. Um, Work has been stressful lately. Not so much as a reflection of my department or us, but we're getting thrown into the fire for it. Different departments have a lot of turnover going on right now, terminations, open positions, and in HR, my recruiting is, steeping. Like, there's a need for a lot of people that to fill positions, and I'm doing my best to get interviews scheduled, interviews happening, people hired. But like, the crazy thing is, sorry, when you have so many positions open from so many different departments, every single one of those departments think that you're prioritizing them and only them as the only thing that needs done when you're doing your best to help everybody. And it's exhausting. I'm very much looking forward to getting past this little stretch, hoping it ends soon. Um, Cleveland Cavs are up 3-2. I said in the last video, round one's round one. Last Sunday was one of the worst basketball games I've ever seen. Was that game four? I think it was game four. Both teams were awful, awful. Ugh. But like I said in the last video, I'm not even going to react to the Cavs until round two, anyways, because anything is a failure before that and making the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't even want to waste my time talking about it, so I'm not gonna. Uh, Same with the Guardians. Guardians of the Guards. I think as of right now, when I'm making this, they are one game over 500. I think who we got this weekend. Is it the Athletics? I think it's the Athletics. So we're on the road. Nighttime guards ball. That's my favorite. That's a nice memory with both Magoonie and Fred. I love laying down in bed for a 10 o'clock game or a 9:40 game and just turning baseball on and letting that take me away and falling asleep with that. So I'm looking forward to that. I mentioned my Guardians passes. I can't find anybody to come to these games with me, and I know that'll change when the weather kind of warms up a bit on the weekends and the promo nights start coming around, but and I also know that the vast, large majority of my friends have families and stuff, and it's 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 just maybe at this point in time in life not feasible to think you can get people to come with you often. I love going down to those games by myself, but not every time. Um, but in the month of May, I'm going to be seeing some games with some people, but I still have a few slots open for anyone that wants to join me, and I'm looking forward to it. Um, I'm very excited for the month of May. Um, I guess we'll just talk about May. We'll just go straight into May. Some Guardians games planned with some friends. Going to Miami. I'm excited. Then a lot of things kind of around that. Those are the most important ones that I'm most looking forward to, though. And what else is going on in life? Fantasy baseball, 4-0 at this point, going for 5-0. Going to beat Roller and play Brandon next week after that. So I'll keep you posted on that. But the Honolulu Shih Tzus are rolling. The boys just dropped an episode where Sam and Dean Winchester, the actors, Jared and Jensen, reunited on screen, and that was awesome. Um, I'm going through waves of depression, and some days have been a lot harder than others, and I'm actually regressing on some days. There was one day this week where I went to bed like I don't want to say like ugly crying, but like I was in my feels. Um, some days are better than others, some days are worse than others, and I'm going through it very, very much still, but I'm very excited for the month of May. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Um, we'll see how it goes. Speaking of depression, one thing I wanted to briefly talk about was my first video that I posted received a lot of feedback, if you will. And looking back at it, I did seem very not great in that video. I really do believe that it was a mixture of depression. I was tired as fuck that night. I think I even say in that video, like, I sound like shit, I'm sorry. I just want to get it going. But regardless, I do want to touch base on something because this is my third video that I made, and by now, by the third one, if not the second one, I really wanted to have a specific video where I'm kind of pouring my heart out on the struggles and the depression that I'm going through with Fred's loss, and I haven't gotten to that point yet because the responses to people from my first video, they were very caring and very, supportive, and I appreciate that, but there was a lot of because I seem maybe alarmingly depressed and everything, um, people felt the need to, reach out and be like, hey, you're okay. It's gonna be okay. And I just want to say we can talk specifically here to this point is, it's me I'm talking about, but in any case, for someone that's actually going through it and is willing to open up to you and say, yes, I admit that I am depressed and I'm going through one of the hardest uphill battles mentally that I've ever faced. That's me opening up, and whether it's a secret, whether it's not, I I do not have family in my life. I admitted in the first video that I struggle to open up to my friends because when I do get to see them, which is further and far away between. Well, I don't think I said that right. Few and far between, because they have kids and families. I don't want to waste. I feel this pressure of not wanting to waste our time and them woe for me and me. We're finally seeing each other again and whatever, like emo dumping on them, all this pent up baggage in my mind and everything, and like I feel guilty wanting to do that. So on Facebook, on Instagram, there are a lot of things that I overpost, whether it be fun things, whether it be Fred memories, whether it be whatever. I like to have that feeling that I have someone to share things with, and social media gives me that platform, um, that I can share things with people, and like that's important to me. And this Fred video that I want to make two of them. One's gonna be the one talking about my grief, my depression, my guilt. Um, the other one's gonna be all the great memories and stories. But the first one, I haven't done that yet because I've been kind of pushed back from just the mindset. So like I just want to tell you guys, when someone is open enough to admit they're struggling and you reach out to them and say, you're gonna be okay, it's okay, but you don't ask them really what it is that's bothering them, or what it is they're feeling, or do you want to talk about it or anything. It it's cliche, but it feels like I'm just getting pushed aside. Like and I know people don't mean that, but to all my friends that I appreciate, um that in the last few weeks have reached out to me and said, hey, you're going to be okay, it's going to be okay. you know my question for you is, do you even know what right now, still in end of April here, beginning of May, that I'm still depressed about, or what I feel guilty about, or what I'm grieving right now? You're kind of giving a generic, it's going to be okay, without asking any questions, and whether you mean it or not, it's pretty dismissive. Not one person has actually asked me what it is that's actually bothering me right now, and it's just going to be okay. Don't worry about it. Don't You don't got to talk about it. It doesn't matter what it is. It's going to be okay. And that's not it. So I'll be the scapegoat here, and it's fine. And I don't need people to text me or anything, ask me if I want to talk specifics, because that's not what I'm reaching out for here. But please know, with someone else in the future, that does feel dismissive, and that's why people don't come out and talk. So soon, maybe next video, I'm releasing a lot of emotions because that's what I want to do with this. And I've been looking forward to sharing and getting that off my chest and getting that weight off my shoulders and off my back and sharing it. And I don't even know if anyone watches these. I get little views, but I don't even know if anyone watches these, but I don't care. I want to share it and just release it. And in the event someone is listening and wants to talk to me about it, cool. If not, at least I got it out. At least I talked to myself, or I said it out loud. And it's just, don't be dismissive. Don't just be like it's okay, but leave it. And don't even ask me like, can anyone tell me what I'm actually feeling guilty about, or like, and it's just, you know what I'm like, but don't shift the narrative, because I'm very appreciative that people did reach out to me and tell me it's going to be okay. Definitely do appreciate it, but dig a little deeper when someone's kind of, you think they're depressed and they're saying they are. If you're gonna reach out, dig a little deeper. Um, I had a funny moment at work during an interview. My COO was in an interview with me for a business development officer, and we were talking about our culture with this applicant and this candidate, and my COO, and she wasn't wrong, and she was like, our culture, we have under 100 employees, or right around, like, in the 90s at Century, and we're like a family. Everyone knows everyone about everybody. It doesn't matter the department. It doesn't matter what not. And she looks at me and she goes, I know Ryan has a dog at home named Fred that he loves. And I went, and I wanted so badly to be awkward and be like, well, apparently you don't know everything. And for a millisecond, because she was still talking, she had the floor and I was just sitting there, it actually did piss me off for a millisecond. And then I thought, and I realized, you know what? If someone were to describe me to a stranger, and the first thing that they thought of was, see, I'm already getting teary-eyed, Ryan loves Fred, I'm okay with that. I'm not going to complain. Um, so long story short, um, See, it's hard to talk about, Fred. It's a trigger word. I went from feeling bad with that to feeling happy. A few more Fred things real quick. I did have I got a hoodie that I've been waiting so badly to get. This is gonna be considered my Fred hoodie. You guys know I have my Magoonie hoodie. It's an actual picture of Magoonie. Fred, I'm going a little more subtle. The only thing that is unfortunate is I ordered a large for this hoodie and it was the wrong. I should have went medium because not only is it a large, but it's like this thing's fucking. It's like it almost feels like a 2X. But I'll show you guys it because I haven't returned it yet. I love this hoodie. I just can't wait for one that fits me. The front is the beige with the little halo paw print, and the colors just feel Fred. You know, white and I don't know. It just feels like Fred. And then on the back here, the shoulder blade, it says Soul Dog, and it's perfect. And I reached out to my friend Lindsay, who said she would be able to very easily put Fred's name in small print on like the wrist of the sleeve. Like I don't want any of her pay, but it's that, and I can't wait. Excuse me, I've been really excited for this hoodie. It's here now. I need one that fits me. Um, one last Fred topic. Um, I had a dream. I want to say it was Tuesday night, or should I say? Let me rephrase that. I had a visitation from Fred, and I really, really, really am like 98% sure, and I felt it in my heart and soul that this was an actual visitation from Fred. It wasn't just a dream. It was so short and simple, but I was just in my bed. My bedroom looked like my room. My bed looked like my bed. It's like the same setup. And I was laying face up on my back and sat up, and Fred was standing there, kind of like where he would lay in between my legs, but he was standing. And I went over to him, and I kind of started like scratching the side of his face and behind his ear, and he was letting me scratch him, and and please pretend like this is Fred's face. I'm gonna demonstrate something where my hand was. He kind of like pushed against it, and did like rubbed against my like he was hugging me, and he was saying one of two things: either I'm okay, Dad, or it's okay. It was real. Oof, it was very real. And now for something else, I have another topic that I want to talk about that I said I talked about last time. It also makes me uh, crazy is fucking dating apps and how much of a waste of time they are. So I don't know who's on them of the people I know. You know, most of my friends are lucky enough and fortunate enough to gotten out of the dating scene before it got as horrible as it is. Um, there's two types of people out there. There's either people that aren't matching with, like, not doing shit, or there's people that match you, say one or two things, and disappear. And there's also some crazy people. I had a girl that matched me a while ago that can't seem to understand that I wasn't connecting with her and everything, and asked her to please stop, please, I'm not interested, and she just a month went by, and I received a text yesterday morning at 1:30 in the morning, like, hey, I'm so sorry, like, whatever, whatever, and it's just like. 1:30 in the morning. Like what? Um, I matched a girl last week, and I was pretty excited to communicate and maybe go out with somebody. And we exchanged messages maybe two or three times. She asked me about what, because I on my Hinge it says something like what's something you want to do this year, and I put make a podcast, which I know I'm not quite there yet. These are just more kind of video documentaries, but um, that's where these are going. And I explained like yeah, I named it after my dog and everything. She was like, oh, that's really cool. She told me about like something she wanted to do this year, and I said, so tell me a little bit about yourself. Like what do you like to do for fun? Like um, what are you looking for? And then just no response. And that's further than I got in any conversation, any match in the most recent history. But still, just fell off. Um, in this weird small event that I end up talking to this girl and going out sometime, which I'm sure I won't, but in case I do, and you ever watch this, I'm sorry, but what are we doing here? Um, Problem is, I mean, there's multiple problems, but people who are swiping and matching talk for a day or two, but they're swiping and matching on multiple people and just carrying on conversation everywhere and just dropping interest. And, the grass is always greener, but it ain't. Or you have people that I just don't know what we're doing here besides wasting each other's fucking time. Um, in a conversation the other night, I heard about a girl that's friends with my friends that they're going dating five different people at the same time. It's like that's the fucking problem. Like I don't know, dating apps are, and I wish I could take you guys on a little like escapade one day. I told my friends like they're allowed to take over my dating app whenever they want. I'm trying to see. Hold on. I have a picture of me, to typical me holding a beer. I put for a poll, what team are you on? Team ketchup, team mustard, team onion. Um, my one prompt is together we could, and I put do brunch. It's an ideal first or second date. Start the day, um, start the day off instead of with going on a date at the end of the night with that added pressure. Breakfast eats, good drinks, fun conversation. Who doesn't love brunch? Um, I have a picture of me from my NFP days because I don't have many pictures of myself, period, let alone like without Fred, and I'm always wearing a hat, and this one shows me that without a hat, so I had that on there. I do have one picture of Fred. I will refuse to completely delete Fred off my dating apps. Have you should leave a comment if you also think enjoying beers at a Guardians game and grabbing Taco Bell on the way home sounds lovely. Picture of me from Christmas this year. I want to start my own podcast. I do have a photo of me and Mark together because Mark always bitches when he's not on my dating apps, so he needs to be on there. And then one is it's a prompt says I'm known for it. It's the picture of my dogs. Um, I think it's not a boring profile. I don't know, and I just don't know what I'm. It's just it's a waste. It's like we're all just, and anyone that's on the dating apps will tell you like it's fucking hell. Like it's, and not in like a dramatic way. There's just nothing. There's nothing happening. And like one thing, there's some things that rub me the wrong way in dating apps. Like when these girls prompts are like dinner reservations, and like I don't believe in the 50-50 rule and everything. It's okay. Like well, like like oh, there's the one that was, and I was even talking to Sean about this when it happened. Like the girl swiped on me, and her prompt was like, "We'll talk at the date. I have no interest in making a pen pal. We can talk when you make dinner reservations." And it's like, actually, no. I'm gonna make sure you're capable of carrying a conversation with me and we're compatible before I'm gonna go blow $100 on food and drinks. Not that blowing money on fun dates is a problem, but you should at least show that you're compatible and able to hold a conversation. Like, you're just gonna we'll talk at the date. Like, no. Um, One thing I never get is when, because in dating apps you have to select if you're a man or a woman, seeking men or women or both or anything. And these men who are, seeking men, they put, whatever, like, and they go on like into the men's feeds, even though I put I'm only looking for women. And it's just like, do you guys think that, excuse me, big guys are like gonna be like, you know what? Maybe I do want to be gay. Now that you mention it, like, okay, like I still understand the logic there. Um, but another thing that I don't often like, I often don't swipe on girls that have listed as their city is they live downtown. I'm afraid. Not that I'm afraid of downtown. The parking intimidates me. Like I don't know if it could work. I'm gonna be honest. Um, but it's if you got out of the game before it got bad after 2020, after COVID changed the world, consider yourself lucky. It's purgatory out here, and I don't see it changing anytime soon. Um, and it kind of sucks because in a world where all my friends are busy, all my friends have family, respectfully, I just lost my best friend, and my heart's not ready for another dog yet. You know, I could I could use some dates, even if they don't even go anywhere. I could use some socialization, but you can't even get that. And I don't need a girl in my life to be happy. And obviously, in my track history, my track record, dogs make me very happy. But like, I can't rush and I can't get another dog because I need it. I need to be ready, if that makes sense. I can't mentally and emotionally. I need to make sure the time is right for that dog as well, and I'm not just doing it because I need something in my life. So when that time comes, whenever it may be, I can tell you it won't be till at least after June because if not much later because I'm dog sitting for a friend for a week and a half, and obviously I won't rescue a dog before then. But I'm not saying it's going to be right after June. I'm just saying it definitely won't be before then. But I can't do that until I'm ready. My friends are mostly relatively busy. Um, but when we do get together, it's amazing, and I love them and appreciate them. But you know, I wish it was easier out there in the dating pool. It's not. Um, but I don't want to be the guy that's like, I need a girl in my life because that's it's a slippery slope. That's not, I would like some dates. That's all I'm saying. I don't need anything, but it would be nice. For the fun topic of conversation today, I didn't get a favorites list or a Mount Rushmore, but I did get asked to say this, and the question was, if MySpace returned and you had a MySpace top eight, who would your top eight be? And let's see, let's go Sean, Brandon, Sharf, Schmidt, Kent, Mark. Shit. Oh, I'm gonna make a top nine. I don't care. Mike, McWilliams, and Nick Fabianich. I don't care. Sue me. MySpace top nine. I'm pretty certain there was a point in time where you can edit it to more than eight. So MySpace top nine. Um, as for the next video I do, if it's not going to be one of the podcast ones with friends, it's going to be one of two things. It's going to be either me pouring out what the guilt and grief that I'm dealing with from Fred, and I do want to do that soon. If not the next one, it's going to be soon. I want to do that. I want to get it out for my betterment, my mental health, excuse me, and I just want to get it done so I can move on to talking about my Fred journey and the fun memories with Fred and like the other fun topics that I want to talk about. So it's either going to be that Or I do think it'd be fun to talk about the books I've written that never got published, over the last 20 years of my writing. I'm almost done, so I'll take another sip of this and take this home. But um, if you are one of my friends that do happen to watch these, especially when it's just me and it's not like, hey, I'm with, you know, Mark today, or I'll talk about my Planet Fitness journey, or like, I'm with uh, Brandon or Schmidt and Sean when I'm on Warzone, where it's got like the added fun reason to watch it. If you're just watching me kind of ramble, God bless you. Like I said, I don't plan on anyone ever watching these. These are something that I hope myself or others can go back through and watch someday, just to enjoy them. But if you do watch these, fuck yeah, thank you. I appreciate you. I'm looking forward to a lot of these. I really am. Looking forward to doing it with friends and having some serious topics of that list I originally talked about that I wanna do. I'm excited. Thanks for having a drink with me. Um, Cavs got to clinch uh, this first round and get to the second round this weekend. Guards got to take care of business against the Athletics. I think I said Oakland earlier. Whoops. The Sacramento or whatever they are, just the Athletics. Not much going on this weekend. I'm getting an oil change, feeling like an adult. Um, Playing video games with Mark, Sean, possibly Kent Saturday nights. Yeah. Real crazy weekend. I'm gonna get some rest. I need it. I fucking need it. God damn, I need it. So I hope you guys have a good weekend and stay strong, be safe, make good decisions, and see you next time.